Good morning students, how are you? I hope everyone is fine and getting on well with their studies. Well students, as you know, we have completed a few chapters in accountancy, like journal entry we have done, ledger posting, trial balance we have done double entry system, theoretical portion, okay, and we have completed accounting equations also. Today we are going to start one more very important chapter. Students, tell me, when we have a small business, these all things we have already discussed, when your business is at the small scale or the small level, so we have a few transactions, all right. So these few transactions can be recorded in the journal, right. In journal we can record these transactions, and you know it very well, when we record these transactions in the journal, then we have to post it in the ledger also, how tedious work it is. Now when our business is growing or we are expanding our business, or you can say our business is already at a large scale, so number of transactions are there in a day even. So how will you manage these transactions to post in the ledger? So that becomes very difficult for us, all right. So for the large businesses, what do? We divide this ledger in different parts, right, and you can say we have extended this ledger, and we call these books as a subsidiary books, or you can say day book, and certain other names are there. We can call these books as a special general and day books, or special purpose book, or subsidiary books, or books of the original entry, all right. So these are the names. Now what happens students, we have a number of transactions, okay, and these transactions, instead of recording in the journal, right, we don't record all these things in the journal, and we have divided in the different parts, fine. So the first one is cash book, that's very important, and as its name is suggesting, cash transactions, cash or banking transactions, all right, and we call them, as I have given you the name, these are called subsidiary books, okay. These subsidiary books means what it is containing. These subsidiary books, what it is containing. We have divided these subsidiary books in two parts, part number 1 and part number 2. So subsidiary book part number 1, it is containing cash book, all right, it is containing cash book. And second part of your subsidiary book, this is having another chapter in your book, and it is containing purchase book, it's containing sales book, it's having purchase return book, it's having sales return book, and at last we have journal proper. All right students, I hope you are getting these points. I have told you, when we have a large organization, the size of our business is large, or we have number of transactions, so many number of transactions are there, so it's difficult for us to pass each and every transaction in the journal first and then posting from journal to ledger, okay. So what we have invented one technique, and that technique is this subsidiary books, okay. So here we do the direct entry in these books, are you getting? From the source vouchers we are posting the entries, note entries, like we are posting in these books directly from those source vouchers. So the first subsidiary book is containing your cash books, what are the kinds, how to do and all, that we will discuss, okay. So first one is your subsidiary books, which is containing cash books, and here we have the subsidiary book number 2, it's containing all these 5 books. This is purchase book, sales book, purchase return, sales return, and journal proper, all right. Now let's talk about a little brief I'm talking about, then we will take in detail. Cash book, as its name is telling, it's containing all the cash transactions, either cash is coming or going, or banking transactions also, right. So that also we deal in the cash book. How to take the banking transactions in the cash book, wait for a while, I'll tell you, okay. Now what comes second one, I am talking about the purchase book, a little introduction. Purchase book, as its name is telling you, purchases are there. Just keep this point in your mind, students. That's very easy to do, but just remember a few points which I am emphasizing on. Well, when I purchase the goods on the cash basis, okay, नाम बता रहा है तो purchase book में purchases ही होंगे, all right, but remember I have purchased the goods on the cash basis, so my entry is purchase account debit to cash. Here both the things are there, all right. My entry is purchase account debit to cash book, cash account, all right. 2000 rupees purchases I have done. So it is containing the purchases also, and of course it is having the cash. So where this will go? We whatever the purpose of the cash, if your cash is coming and going, whatever the reason is there, whatever the purpose is there, that goes to the cash book, okay. So here cash is going, so this entry will be posted in the cash book, okay. If we sell the goods on the cash basis, cash account debit to sales, then also the transaction will go to the cash book. Understood that? Either cash is coming or going, whatever the reason, purpose, timings, whatever that is, that goes to the cash book. So we were talking about the purchase book. Only and only credit purchases will go to the purchase book. That's all in this, okay. Now if we talk about the sales book, same goes for the sales book also. Only and only credit purchases will be sales, credit sales will be entered in the sales book, okay. So credit purchases, credit sales will go in these books. Now purchase return, you might have studied in your journal entries. We do the returns also. We can have the purchase return also, sales return also. And it's not from one customer, we have number of customers. So we have to maintain its proper record, and these records we are keeping. If it is purchase return, so we have to prepare the separate book, that's purchase return book. And if we have a we have the sales return, so we have a separate book, that is sales return book, fine. I hope all these points are clear to you, where the transactions will go. Now at last, certain transactions, if you emphasize on your mind, you will find these doesn't go anywhere in of these books. It's not going in the cash account, it's not purchases, it's not sales, neither any kind of return. Then where this goes? Like example I am telling you, charge depreciation on machinery. So entries you know very well, we have already done depreciation account debit to machinery. Here neither cash nor sales and purchases. And in the same way we have certain transactions of the outstanding also, like salary account debit to outstanding salary, all right. Here also we don't find any kind of cash or sales and purchases, okay. So these kind of transactions which are not recorded in the cash book, neither in the cash book or nor in any of other subsidiary books, these goes to the journal proper, and the format of the journal proper is absolutely same like your journal entries, okay. Means these are the journal entries, and this space in this book we have left for those one where these are not getting the place in any of these books. All right students, I hope this is clear what we are going to discuss in next 2 chapters. So the first very chapter which I am going to take, that is your cash book, cash transactions and banking transactions we will be dealing, okay. And this will be your next chapter, after this we will be doing, fine. So well, a little bit more you must know about this cash book, or kinds of the cash book. We have various kind of cash book. The first we have single column cash book, then we have 2 column cash book, and then we have 3 column cash book. we have petty cash book also. Okay. So we have a single column cash book, 2 column cash book, 3 column cash book and petty cash book also. Single column, as its name is telling, only single column will be there, only cash transactions will be dealt over here. Okay. 2 column cash book, according to its name there will be 2 column. How? Very soon I will be preparing a format for you. Here we will have 2 columns, cash, or maybe it is discount, or cash or bank. Generally we take cash and bank columns together, then we call it 2 column cash book. Okay. And in 3 column cash book we have the cash column, we have a bank column, and simultaneously we have discount column also. So we call it 3 column cash book. And petty cash book, according to its name, petty cash book means it's handling very small amount of the cash. The head cashier provides some amount to the petty cashier, a person who is dealing in very small kind of expenses, you know, they don't want to disturb the head cashier for all these things. So here the accounting will be done. Alright, so we have these 4 kind of cash books. So the first one we will be taking, we will be starting with single column cash book. But before starting this, let me tell you a little bit more about this cash book. Well, here it is telling, sometime question arises students ki whether your cash book is a journal or it is a ledger. I tell you, cash book is having the qualities of a journal and having the qualities of the ledger also. Okay. So we can say a little bit similarities are there of the, like it's similar to the journal, and sometime we find it similar to the ledger. Why these are similar to both of these books? Because it's having the qualities from both these books. So on what basis we can say that this is similar to the journal or this is similar to the ledger? So let's see a few points, and that is the reason we call it journalized ledger. So the cash books are considered as journalized ledger, means it is containing the journal also, the some qualities or contents of the journal and a few of the ledger. So students, here I am going through it for you, similarities between the cash book and journal. As we are preparing the cash book, simple thing ki this is your original entries, first time you are posting it from the source documents, and the same thing we do in the journal also. Directly you are passing the journal entries in the journal from source documents. So the first one is just like journal transactions in the cash book is recorded, that I have explained. Second one, it's telling that it is recorded date wise. You have seen that in journal, the format of journal, we have a date column also. So we record the date and then we pass the entry. So same thing you will find in the cash book, we have the date column and we enter it chronologically. Alright, so we call it. And it contains ledger folio also, that is the similar thing. In journal entry you have seen we have a column of the LF, ledger folio, and here also you will find the column of LF. So certain similarities were there. And why and how it is similar to the ledger? It's similar to the ledger because we find that in account, in any of the account, ledger में हम क्या करते हैं, account बनाते हैं, and in account you find we have two sides, okay? One is your debit side and another one is credit side. So you will find exactly same thing we are doing in the cash book. So it is similar. Another thing, we start writing with the 2 in the debit side and we start writing with buy in the credit side. Same thing we are doing here also. Well, I think it's sufficient in case of similarity. Now let's talk about this cash book practically. And students, I'm taking illustration number 1. Okay. So before starting it, let me draw a format for you. Right, students? Here we have, this is your cash book, this is your debit side and this is your credit side. This is date, particulars, this is LF, this is voucher number, and this is amount. And the same things we write here. It starts with date, particulars, its voucher number, LF, and amount, right? Well, the interesting thing, as we have discussed, it is similar to ledger. Of course, students, it is very similar to ledger. And I tell you, 90% of this chapter, you know it already. When I will start with the first transaction, you will come to know it is absolutely same like ledger posting, nothing is there, okay? So let me explain about the columns. This is date column. Chronologically, as the expenses or the transaction is taking place on that particular date, you have to mention the same. Okay, particulars we will mention. Here the voucher number means from the source document you are entering, right? So what is the number of that voucher, that you will mention here. LF is your ledger folio, okay? Here the amount comes and same goes to credit side. Well, illustration number 1, students, just pause the video and go through the illustration number 1 first, so you will understand better. And you will find journal entries, I mean the statement which we get for the journal entry, that is given. So here, enter the following transactions in a single column cash book. Once there was a time, the statement, the same statement they were asking to post it into the ledger, okay? And that is what we are studying. This is extended form of the ledger, journal. Journal का ही एक way है, because original entries को ही हम direct post कर रहे हैं. So the first one is telling is on 1st March, commenced business with cash. Students, once again I am reminding you, I have told you many times that journal entries are the base of whole accountancy. Either you became chartered accountant or anything else, okay? So still if you are not clear with the journal entry, so please pause everything and watch the videos of the journal entry, learn those one first and then come on this chapter, okay? Equation भी इसी पे based है, all the chapters you will find, okay? So the first it's asking commenced business with cash. Those who have done, they know that amount is 20,000, okay? So the entry is you have commenced business with cash. Cash is coming. Directly we can post that, but let me tell you, your transaction is cash account debit to capital, okay? 2 lakh rupees is given in your question. Business has been commenced with 2 lakh rupees, okay? So it's telling commenced business with cash. It's 20,000, no problem, I remove 1 0. So the 0 is very problematic in accountancy. Take care, students. Generally students don't care of the 0, 1 extra or 1 less, but it makes a lot of difference for the questions also and in the real life also, okay? So cash account debit to capital, this is your journal entry. How to post it? It's very simple, as we have learned the ledger posting. It's telling cash account debit, okay? So reach at the debit side of the cash book. Difference is this much, there we were writing cash account and here I have written cash book, that's all, okay? So cash account debit, I have reached at the debit side. What to write? Whatever we have in the credit side. So this is to capital, okay? And date is mentioned 1st March 2017, it's telling, hardly matter whatever the year is, okay? And amount is 20,000, so I will write 20,000 here, fine? Now here in this question we don't have this voucher number and LF, no problem, we will not enter. But in real life we will have the vouchers, so we enter. But in format you have to prepare these columns, otherwise you will lose your marks, okay? Next it is telling bought goods for cash, bought, buy, bought, okay? Bought goods for cash means आपने purchase किए हैं. Now it's not necessary they will always use one word of the English कि purchase goods. Now you are growing up, okay? You can understand that bought goods for cash. So you have purchased goods. Entry is purchase account debit to cash account and amount is 5,000, all right? Same posting. Here you can see purchase account debit to cash. So what where the cash is taking place, it's in the credit side. Cash credit हो रहा है, so we reach at the credit side of the cash book. Fine, here we will do the posting, and whatever we write, we start writing with buy. All right. So here it's my cash I have reached, and in opposite we have purchase. So this is buy purchase account, and amount is 5,000. All right, students. Direct also you can post without the entries. That was just to make you understand. Third, it's telling sold goods for cash. One basic fundamental I'm going to tell you, students. The basic fundamental is when cash is coming right to this side, debit, and when cash is going right to this side. Debit what comes in, cash is your real account, okay, assets hai aapki. So cash book या cash account is debited. Here you will see the cash is coming. You will find after completing this question कि here all the cash comings are there and here the cash is going. Okay. So next it's telling sold goods for cash. आपने goods बेची हैं. What is the entry? Instead of writing, I can take it directly. Sold goods for cash. Cash is coming, goods are going. Okay. So the entry is cash account debit to sales. Are you getting? चलिए लिख देते हैं. Entry is cash account debit to sales account, and the amount is 4,000. Right? Here you can see we have received cash. We have received 4,000 rupees in cash. So cash account has been debited. I'll reach at the debit side of this cash book to what is in the opposite side? Sales. To sales account, and amount is 4,000, and date is mentioned 5th of the March. Okay, and there it was 2nd March. Okay. Next entry is goods purchased from Ravi on credit basis. Students, don't be overconfident, all right, and be very concentrate in the question. Sometime they test your mentality, they test your presence of mind. You have very good question, it's very easy, but they will give one transaction quietly where you will commit mistake. The things are going on smoothly, you know all the journal entry, you know the posting, everything, but they will keep one item, one transaction like this where you commit mistake. Like some credit transaction they can give. They can give certain transactions which is not relevant in the cash book, and you do that also, so you commit mistake. So here they are telling goods purchased from Ravi on credit. Students, if you are clear with the concept of the journal entry, you know it very well. Here it is mentioned, name is there, and specifically also they have given this is on the credit. So it's not of the cash book. Alright, although they have purchased the goods, but that's not on the cash basis, so this will not come here. Okay, where this will go? Simultaneously we are learning this also. Purchase goods on credit, this will go to the purchase book. Okay, so next transaction is paid to Ravi. Okay, although you have purchased goods from Ravi on credit basis, that goes in the different book, that's your purchase book. But here the next transaction is telling you are paying cash to Ravi. So it is cash, either it's coming and going, will come to this book. So paid to Ravi, that's 7,000 rupees. आपने रवि को पे किया है तो कैश जा रहा है, किसको जा रहा है? रवि को जा रहा है, right? So the transaction is Ravi's account debit to cash, that is 7,000. Okay, cash जा रहा है, इस तरफ आ जाएगा. By what is in the opposite? Ravi. By Ravi's account 7,000 your cash is going. Okay. Now next you can see, I didn't mention the date, hardly matter, but you have to, otherwise you will lose the marks. Next it is telling cash sales. Cash sales, just focus on your mind. Sales on the cash basis, cash is coming or going? Of course it is coming. And if we talk about the entry, that is cash account debit to sales. So when the cash is coming, we come here, when the cash is going, we go there. So cash sales, cash aa raha hai, cash account debit to sales. Okay, and amount is your 8,000. Okay, 8,000 amount. Next transaction is purchased furniture for cash. One thing students, I've just told you many times to focus on the revenue and capital item. So sometimes students get confused what to do. I'm telling you, as we have done, okay, up 11th mein hai, fine. So irrespective of the matter, either this is of the revenue or capital, although I didn't explain much, we have done in 12th standard. So either you are purchasing goods or furniture or any other assets, बस आपको क्या ध्यान में रखना है, you have to keep in your mind either cash is coming and going. So in this given transaction, purchase furniture for cash, it's not goods, hardly matter. Okay, so purchased furniture, आपने furniture purchase किया है, जर्नल एंट्री क्या हो जाएगी, डेबिट वर्ड कम्स इन, क्रेडिट वर्ड गोज आउट. तो फर्नीचर आ रहा है और कैश जा रहा है, कैश इज गोइंग, क्रेडिट हो रहा है, तो वी विल रीच एट द क्रेडिट साइड. एंड ऑपोजिट में क्या है, furniture. Okay, the entry is like this when you purchase that. So furniture account debit to cash account, cash is credited, so we reach at the credit side, opposite में furniture है तो buy furniture, and the amount is given, purchase furniture 6,000. Okay, next we have paid wages. Paid, it's very clear, cash is going, entry is wages account debit to cash. Okay, so I'm doing the entries for those who are watching it first time so they can also easily understand. Wages account debit to cash, so cash is credited, so we have reached at the credit side of this cash, and what is in the opposite, wages. So I have done like this, by wages. Okay, amount is, wages paid is 380. Okay, next we have rent paid, similar to this, rent account debit to cash, that is also going, so we can do by rent account. How much is this? It's 400, right? Next we have commission received. Commission received, you have to be attentive students, journal entry जिनको नहीं आती है. Received यानी कि that's our income. Commission paid होता तो वो expenses था, right? Commission received आपकी income है, and received means received in cash. Okay, as nothing else is given, so you are receiving something. What you are receiving? Cash. Cash account debit to, incomes are credited, and we have a name of the income, that is commission account. How much? The amount is 600. All right, so cash account debit, cash is coming, so we reach at the debit side, opposite में क्या है, commission. Okay, and amount is 600. Fine. Next we have withdrew for personal use. 1,000 rupees you have withdrew for personal use. Students, when you are withdrawing something for the personal use, its name is drawing. Okay, withdraw from the business, cash, nothing else is given कि आपने बैंक से किया है या क्या, that means you have withdrawn the cash only. All right, so when you withdraw the cash, so the entry is for the personal use, you do the drawings account debit. Let me do it here. Drawings account debit to cash, right? So cash is credited here, so I reach at the credit side of this, and this is by drawings account. Amount is 1,000. Okay, next and last is paid salary. Salary paid is your expenses, and the entry is salary account debit to cash. Once again I will reach at the credit side, and this is your by salary, amount is 900. All right, so you can see students, we have posted all these transactions in the cash book. Okay, that's all in this. Now what to do? The same thing which we have learned in the ledger posting, we have to balance these accounts. And what is the rule of balancing? The first thing is to do the total of both the sides in the rough. All right, Tentatively you can come to know very easily which side is exceeding. We can see that 20 and 28 and this is 32,600 is the total of this, okay. 32,600 is the total, and here you can see the figures are having less amount, alright. So you do the total all these things, you will find these are less. So its total is 20,680. We have seen from the book. When you do the total, you will find its total is 18, 19, 20,680. Okay. So this 32,600 is more and 20,680 is less, quite obvious. So we find out their difference. We reduce this amount from this one and we find the balance is 11,920. Alright students, that is what we have learned at the time of balancing the ledger. So this is my balancing figure and this is, we are lacking something in the credit side, right? This credit side is short by 11,920. So I will write this figure at this place wherever we have a short amount. And now its total is correct, that is 32,600, alright. So we have to do like this. Now what was the next step? That is the same here also, that is by, this is the balance we are doing, by balance carried down, alright students. So I am just mentioning the date here, suppose this is your 31st March, last one, fine. So on 31st March, when you have shuttered down your shop, you are having 11,920 in your hand. You must understand which balance is this, either this is debit balance or credit balance. I have told you already at the time of ledger, wherever we have a more total and the more total is in the debit side, so this is your debit balance. And another method to check was, ye cross lagana nahi hai, this is just to make you understand, okay. Where you have a balance carried down, uske opposite side mein aap kya lete hain, balance brought down hota hai. So this is on 31st March. The next day is your 1st April, or you can say the first day of any financial year is your 1st April 2017 as it was there. So year didn't change, but your financial year has been changed. Your financial year ends on 31st March every year and it starts from 1st April every year. Okay. So by balance carried down, here it converts into balance brought down. Carry, C/D means carried down. आप वहाँ से carry करके लाए हैं balance को वहाँ से, ठीक है. और यहाँ हम ऊपर से नीचे लेके जा रहे हैं, ठीक है. So this is brought down, bring brought, हम लेके आए हैं इसको, ठीक है. How much is this? This is 11,920 is your balance. We can see that this balance brought down is in the debit side. Alright. I hope it is clear. Now you can see all the transactions, debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Here you can see we have received the cash through capital, sale से आया हमारे पास, again we have received the amount from sale, and then I have received the amount from commission, right? So this way these are my receipts of the cash and these are my payments. I have paid cash while purchasing, then I have paid to Mr. Ravi because I have purchased it on the credit basis previously. I purchased the furniture, paid wages, paid rent, and I have withdrawn the money, okay, for my personal use. I paid the salary, alright. So this is my cash in hand right now. I was having total 32,600 initially, and I have received from somewhere and I have made payment this much. I have paid this much amount and remaining amount is 11,920, right students. So here we have completed our single column cash book, right. If you have understood this, so I have went very slow, you know, I have explained everything through the journal entries even. If you have understood this question, so remaining portion of the cash book is very, very easy, alright. So students, please keep practicing. Purchase your book if you did not purchase. We never know when the schools are going to open, so and so. Whatever the situation, you have to complete your syllabus. And the reduction which we were waiting from CBSE side, that is also done. And I tell you students, you are not aware, but I am telling you, the syllabus is not reduced much. A little portion, all the chapters we have to do, only a few topics or small topics or hardly one or two topics has been deducted from there. right? So you have to study the whole book. So be prepared and do practice. At least 3-4 practices you need to get the better marks or good marks in your exam, alright. So don't skip the homework. Whenever I give the homework, I give the questions and illustrations, and I give the back questions to do. So complete it rightly and write in time. Thank you.